All right, where are we going? Car fires. Oh, Jesus. I had a car fire way back in the day. Ever tell you that? I tried to change the fuel filter on my Ford Ranger, and I got impatient. I'd done it before, and it wasn't coming off, and I got impatient, and I ended up breaking it off the fuel line. So I had to get it towed over to this guy who'd been working on the truck, giving it a tune-up, And I went over there, and I said to the guy, I said, I snapped off the fuel filter, and I left the fuel filter on the driver's seat. But my mistake was I should have really made it clear to him that I did. He was busy, and he went out there, they went up, and they went to start it up, and it just sprayed fuel onto the engine, and they had a fire. And then he called me up and started yelling at me. I said, dude, I told you I snapped it off. He said you twisted it. I remember he just kept going, we just had a fire. It's like, no, we didn't. You had a fire, you fucking asshole. You sat on the fuel filter. But all these years later, I can look back and I didn't understand that it was going to cause a fire. This was all when I was trying to be old Billy Fix-It, where I had car repair for dummies. I remember he did say to me, he goes, I'm so sick of you fucking guys. You start the jobs, you fuck it up, and then you fucking bring it down to me. This is when you could do shit like this. There was no cameras. When you went in and you tried to get your money back or try to get some sort of customer service, people act like there was customer service back then. There wasn't. Okay? The owner of the shop came out like some fucking, like Earl Weaver out of the dugout and just yelled back at you, and you both told each other to go fuck each other, right? Fuck yourselves. That's what we would say. Hey, go fuck each other. Who? You and me? What? What are we doing? Go fuck yourself. And there would always be kids there. And some poor woman sort of, corralling them out, like trying to get like a herd of ducks out of there. All right, car fires. Bill, how are you now? Long-time listener, first-time emailer. I listened to your mini rant on cars and fires the other day. I would like to shed a little light on the subject as I work in fire protection. Oh, yeah, because there's this big fucking thing out there where they're all of a sudden attacking, electric cars. And my favorite thing is what they do to the environment. Like, people who like gas combustion cars are all of a sudden concerned about the environment. People who drive combustion cars are all of a sudden concerned about safety. Combustion cars, you know how many fucking people they killed over the last 100 years as they work the bugs out? This is a new technology. This always happens. If you have any form of transportation and it's new, people are going to fucking die, and there's going to be fires. The same way there was with the gas combustion engine. So I don't know what, the level of fear that people have. And then the next thing they do is they're going to bring up the Republic of Congo and whatever the fuck they're doing out there and how awful that is, while they look the other way with what the fuck's going on, with how we get oil in this never-ending fucking war. It doesn't even make sense. I don't get it. They're both, both of them, the way we get the raw materials for them is absolutely reprehensible. And for such a religious country like America, against God, if you're really religious. All right, long time, Okay. I attended a conference last year that discussed this issue. Lithium-ion batteries have become a nightmare in our industry as of late, causing many design approach and code changes. No car fire is a good thing, but there is a big difference between a combustion engine fire and lithium-ion powered car fires. Combustion engines typically burn upwards and do not spread to the car next to it. Lithium-ion batteries burn outward at a much higher heat and spread to the car next to it, causing a larger fire. Okay, well, do you remember when the Crown Victoria, where they put the gas, they put the fucking gas tank in the wrong area, and these cops would be on the side of the road and get rear-ended, and then they couldn't get out of the car and they would get burned to death? I don't want to hear all these fucking oogly boogly stories about electric cars. The reality is electric cars are here and they're cutting into gas combustion engines. So then people in the oil industry now are going to have to put out all of this fucking propaganda about how they're going to fucking kill our children. This is what they always fucking do. I'm not saying that this shit doesn't happen. I'm not saying they're not a fucking problem. I believe those batteries have taken down commercial airliners. And now they know don't put them underneath the plane or whatever. Yes, I am well aware that there is danger with these things, like there is with any form of technology. But they're going to work the bugs out of it. They're just going to. Like, I'm just so sick of watching like they'll show like a Tesla beat a gas combustion engine, and then people are like, can it go up a mountain? Like, what are you gonna do out there when you're up on a fucking... Who the fuck goes up on a mountain? Yes, if you're going to drive it up on a mountain, I wouldn't recommend it if there's no charging facility up there. Yes, I would not recommend that. However, if you're like the other 99.9% of people, you're not going to drive it up a fucking mountain. You're going to drive it to work and home. Anyway, lithium-ion batteries burn outward at a much higher heat and spread to the cars next to it, causing a larger fire. The heat that the lithium-ion battery produce has been leading to garages collapsing. The amount of water required to extinguish... Oh, now all of a sudden we're concerned about natural resources. The amount of water required to extinguish a lithium-ion battery-powered car is far more than that of a combustion engine. Sorry for nerding out a bit. New technology leads to newer challenges we need to overcome. Exactly. This is the first rational thing. Yes, any new technology is going to have these fucking problems. As the car industry continues... I mean, aren't there lithium-ion fucking batteries in your goddamn laptop? Aren't there? Couldn't it burn down your house? But people want to watch free fucking porn, so no one gives a fuck about that, right? New technology leads to newer challenges we need to overcome as the car industry continues to progress. The studies and concerns of these issues will be addressed. Okay, so you're rational. You're not one of these fucking witch hunt people. Lastly, Paper Tiger has to be one of my top 3 stand-up specials of all time. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, you put out enough specials, eventually someone's going to like one of them. Bill, why can't you just take the compliment? Because I grew up in the 80s, man. There were no compliments. All right. Not your average mouth-breathing moron. All right, Bill. Big fan of your work. Always laughed a lot when you would call out the mouth-breathing morons on the podcast. Until last year, I realized that I also do that. So I thought that can't be right. Went to an ENT doctor, found out what was wrong, and had an operation, which now allows me to breathe like a normal human being. Thanks, Bill. Wait, what happened? Always laughed out loud when you would call out the mouth-breathing morons on the podcast. Until last year, I realized that I also do that, meaning breathe through your mouth. I thought you meant you called out mouth-breathing morons. Wait a minute. So what operation did you have? Do you have like that flap in the back of your mouth like a bulldog and you couldn't breathe? Anyway, on one of the latest throwback podcasts, you talked about how much you love moments in sports when players react to an asshole in the crowd. Oh, speaking of that, I just saw this clip from like the late 70s, mid-70s, late 70s. Put it this way. Robert Parrish is on the Golden State Warriors, or maybe San Francisco Warriors. I think they were called Golden State. Yeah, they were Golden State in the 70s. And M.L. Carr was on the Detroit Pistons before they both came to Boston through shrewd Red Auerbach trades and won championships. And it was a fucking unbelievable fight that spilled into the stands, and somebody threw a beer at somebody, and Bob Lanier fucking, was fighting someone in the crowd. And if that was an away game for Golden State, that was the second time, when Malice in the Palace, that one that happened in Detroit. I think that's happened twice. I posted the video. Anyway, the person says, on one of your latest throwback podcasts, you talked about how you love moments in sports when players react to an asshole in the crowd. Well, here is Eric Cantona's, one of the coolest soccer players ever, reaction to some fan. Hope you enjoy. All right. There's a fucking old-ass looking ref. There's a referee. Right. He's had his mushy peas. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, number 7. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what he did? He jumped up in the air and threw a kick with his cleats. Soccer players, it's just like, did he think he was going to get a penalty if he used his hands and punched him in the face? Okay, flying from London to see you, but I mean, I'm sure that hurts, the way those guys roll around when they get fucking clawed by those things. Flying from London to see you in Athens. Get the fuck out of here in September. So don't get fucking ill or something. Thank you and go fuck yourself. That's amazing. But who's kidding who? You leave in fucking rainy-ass London to go to beautiful Athens, and oh, by the way, you'll check me out. You're going to the Mediterranean Sea. I'm really happy for you. That's amazing. What? London? Don't make me laugh. Every cat with a long face. Sorry. All right, that's it. That's right. I am going to be in Athens. I start the tour in Abu Dhabi, and I end in Athens. It's going to be fucking amazing, and I'm going to be in shape. All right? I'm not going to be the fat American when I go over there. I am fucking Billy Belliptical from here until then. I just got to make sure I drink enough fucking water. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Go fuck yourselves, and I'll check in on you on Thursday.